Hey everybody, Papa Wiggs here with Wiggs. We're going to talk about start sits for the Thursday night football game. The Cowboys are going to be at the Giants. I'll kick her off here for starts. Uh, I think that Wendell Robinson is to me is a start. I think he's going to have a decent game here. I think the focus of the Cowboys defense is going to be on Neighbors. I can see Robinson, having a 80 to 100 yard game here with 6 to 7 receptions, possibly a touchdown. I also think that Devin Singletary is a start here. I believe that there's holes in this defense of the Cowboys, and they're struggling right now. And I think that in order for the Giants to win this game, they're going to realize they need to get the ball to Singletary, and I see that I think he's going to be active in both the rushing and passing game. I think combined he's going to have 100 yards and a touchdown. On the flip side of things, I think Jake Ferguson. I know some people like Wiggs just mentioned might think that he's an automatic start. I don't know if some of these tight ends are kind of been weird this year, so I went with Ferguson because he's just recently came back from his injury. I think that I think the Cowboy or the Giants are gonna definitely focus on CD in this game. So I think Ferguson could have a big game here. And then same with Rico Dowdle. I think that in order for Dallas to, even have a chance, I got to get that run game going. And, the Giants defense is good, but, I think that, like I said, with the Cowboys defense, there's some holes there. And I see Dotto actually having some more success than Elliott in this game. So, like with Ferguson, I think Ferguson can have about he can have about 60 to 70 yards and a touchdown on maybe 4 or 5 catches. I think Rico could have a combined 80 to 90 yards between passing and rushing and possibly a touchdown.
Yeah, I agree with you with Wandale Robinson. I think Malik Neighbors is going to get a lot of the attention this week. I don't think Neighbors is going to have any crazy week. I think he'll be around 10 to 12 points because I just think the Cowboys are really going to be focusing on him a lot. He could come out and maybe have a good game. I'm just not expecting it this week. I think Wandale Robinson will fill that role here in this matchup because I think he'll end up being the one wide open. I was actually on the edge of putting Theo Johnson here, their tight end, as well as a possible start because I think he could actually be utilized quite a bit here in this game because Neighbors and Robinson will be getting most of the attention, mainly Neighbors, but it won't shock me at the tight end, rookie tight end, I should say, gets his name called a little bit here, but I just couldn't fully commit to that. But Wandale should have a good, I think, 6 to 8 receptions here in this game. I'm predicting about 70, 80 yards, maybe a possible touchdown. It just depends on how well this offense can play and if Daniel Jones can do what he did last week and be a little consistent throughout the year. Moving forward, I did Brandon Cooks here as another start. The reason I had Brandon Cooks here as a start was just due to the fact that I think he's going to end up with a touchdown at some point here in this game. And I think he'll have about 4 or 5 receptions here for like maybe 50, 60 yards. I just think he'll be a nice little red zone threat there for Dak. And Dak does like to look at Cooks in the red zone, so it wouldn't surprise me if he ended up with a touchdown. And at the end of the day, if you get a touchdown from someone, that's an easy 7 points right there, especially in PPR, and then whatever yards and other receptions he gets there, just add on top of that. So I think he's, a possible start there at your flex. If you have better options, obviously start them. But
Excellent. And then so that leads us into sits, and that gives me my sit. Opposite of Wiggs here, I actually don't like Brandon Cooks in this game. I think that Dallas is, they're struggling on offense. I mean, I just don't think Cooks is going to have a great game. I really think that Ferguson is going to have a better game than Cooks. Wiggs is right though. I mean, he could get a possible touchdown in the red zone, but I just don't see it happening this week. I think if you got somebody else that's a better option, I would definitely start them over Cooks. My second sit is Elliott. I think Zeke is, you know, what I expected Zeke was going to be this year. I think that he's past his prime. That's just my opinion. I just don't think he's going to have a solid game. I really think Rico's going to have a better game than Zeke. There's always the potential that he might get a touchdown in the red zone, but um, I just feel like if you got a better option than Zeke to start, I would definitely go with that other option. And then Tyrone Tracy for the Giants. Uh, he just hasn't been doing anything as a rookie. I think that Singletary stepped up bigger than they expected. So I don't see Tracy having a huge role in this game. That's why I feel like keep him on the bench. Most people are probably going to, but for those that were thinking about it, you may want to look at a different option. And then my other sit is Darius Slayton. I know there was talk that Slayton might be on track to have a good year this year. I think Wendell Robinson's stepped up, took over that role, and I think he's become one of Daniel Jones' favorite targets now. I just don't see Slayton having a very good game at all. I think that Robinson and Neighbors are obviously going to be Danny Dimes the top choices, and I agree with Wiggs that their tight end, their rookie tight end, we could see his name being called as well. So
yeah, and then for me, for my sits, I just went with both Cowboys running backs. Just due to the simple fact that I think their run game is just really, really poor right now. A lot of Rico's yardage has come from the receiving game. Both these guys really haven't done anything in this offense yet to this point. Yeah, Zeke has a touchdown, but he's averaging like 20 to 30 yards rushing a game. Dowell's not far off of that either. So for me, I think both these guys are a risk here throughout this week. If you're desperate, I can maybe see an argument for Dowdle, but I think there's a lot better options out there than either one of these guys. Um, yeah, there's not a whole lot that's happened with them. I think they're part of the reason why they're struggling on offense, because if you can't get your run game going, you can't just rely on your pass game every single week. So you need to get the run game going, and until one of them proves to me that they can run consistently for over 60 or 70 yards and scoring a touchdown, taking some pressure off their receivers, for me, I just don't think either one of these guys are worth the start.
And I would agree. I have him start as a start just to, if you don't have any other options, he would be the guy I would start over Zeke and stuff. But I agree with you, Wiggs. Anything else to add? Okay, check us out at Fantasy Fools PPR on YouTube, Snapchat. We're on X, TikTok, Instagram. Like, subscribe, share. If you got any feedback, let us know. If you got any lineup questions, we're more than happy to give you our thoughts. And until next time, we'll see you soon.